fighting can improve your relationship. Welcome to my channel. How fighting can improve your relationship. Why it's good to fight in a relationship. One, how to fight in a relationship. 2, wrong ways to fight. 3, benefits of fighting. As much as you've listened to your partner's deepest, darkest secret and ended their most interesting smells. Over morning in bed, the facts may start you and your significant other remain two different people. This means that you live and experience life differently and may sometimes interpret situation in ways that you don't always agree with the other. In certain cases, these differences can lead to squabbles in their relationship. And while it is hardly ever enjoyable to spend possible cuddle time hashing out an argument, this fight may sometimes be a key element in strengthening the bond you and your partner share. 1. How to fight in a relationship. It's almost given that fight will erupt at some point in a relationship. This is bound to happen when you live or spend considerable time with another person. The good news is that getting angry with your partner is perfectly normal and perfectly healthy. That is when handled correctly. When you feel that first temper flare in disagreement with something your partner did or said, breath and take a step back. Instead, try out the following tips to have a peaceful squabble with your significant other. Choose your words carefully. Even though emotions are usually high during fights, it's always important to make measured statements and give your partner calm response during disputes. Ultimately, effective communication should be at the core of every spat. This means abandoning tart sharp and painful retort you had planned. It also means opting for kind words and avoiding heavy language like idiot, fool, or stupid when referring to your partner during fights. The wrong choice of words could easily worsen a fight and further strain relations with your partner. By speaking carefully during arguments, you give yourself the option to be more intentional with getting your message across more clearly. Look at things from their point of view. Even though you may be dealing with your hurt and anger following actions your partner made, it's important to look past yourself and try a different perspective during arguments. Does he have a point? Could he really have been more accommodating of their needs? Maybe I should understand when she doesn't want to speak immediately after a long day at work. By looking at things from your partner's point of view, you not only permit yourself a chance to examine things from all angles, but you also consider needs of a person you love over winning argument. Listen with an open mind. It's important to go into any conflict with the mindset of a peaceful, compassionate resolution. If every statement is geared toward hurting your partner's feelings or proving that you're right, this can harm their relationship. Not only will it discourage your partner from talking through difficulties in the relationship, but this behavior may also ultimately drive a wedge between the both of you and unwanted development if you hope for a future together. Instead, listen to your partner speak and make sure to ask questions to ensure that very little gets lost in translation. Make requests instead of complaints. Your message may be more clearly communicated if you chose request rather than complaints with your partner. Instead of saying, "Why don't you ever clean up after yourself?" try something like, "The bedroom is starting to get messy. Would you mind clearing up your things?" Speaking directly to, rather than down your partner can help avoid tensions and maintain respect through interactions within the relationship. Give each other no time to speak. To get all your worries across, you and your partner must give room to air all grievances. When speaking, avoid making interruptions, except when clarification is needed. This should be done politely and in a non-aggressive tone. In some cases, settling an argument may not be possible within a day, especially when tempers and emotions repeatedly flare up. You might need to carve out a clear and agreed-to time to continue your discussions healthily in such situations. 2. Wrong ways to fight in a relationship. While fighting with your partner can benefit your relationship, it is mostly done within respectful parameters to avoid putting anyone down. When partners fight wrongly in a relationship, it can have far-reaching effects. Studies have shown that conflicts within marriages can lead to anxiety, depression, and even eating disorders. Even worse, in marriages with children, this practice can affect how parents perform with their children and worsen relationship between siblings. Here are fighting methods to avoid in your relationship. Making threats, calling each other names, making comparison with other couples involving your children in your disputes. And the last one is giving each other extended periods of the silent treatment. Likewise, when fights devolve into physical violence, this is a signal of a very unhealthy relationship. It is always best to leave an abusive partner to maintain your well-being and prevent worse or more brutal treatment. Should you or your partner frequently partake in fights that include the non-violent components mentioned previously, it may help to speak honestly about change. 3. Benefits of fighting in a relationship. When done correctly, fighting can be a learning experience for partners to help improve relationship. 1. Fighting is a sign that you both care about your relationship. Fighting is an easy way to determine if your partner is still in it for the long haul with you. A problem-free way to go about life is to roll with the punches and avoid drama. Partners who are willing to go through the uncomfortable strain of disagreements, especially those using kind and clear communication, are still invested in the success of their relationship. 2. It strengthens your relationship. When partners fight within an environment that allows clear expression, free of cruel words, this can help strengthen their bond. With both partners actively participating to resolve the disagreement, There's comfort in knowing that conflicts can be maturely and warmly handled without risking the relationship's future. With this, partners can freely bring up disappointment and unhappiness without leaving room for time and resentment. Ultimately, this can help to strengthen the relationship and improve its odds of lasting. You learn more about your partner somewhere in the process of listing out your grievances and offering your partner clarifications in uncertain areas. The both of you learn new things about each other. It may be communication methods, such as their voice going low when they are particularly hurt. It could be knowing that certain practices, like cuddling before bed, are non-negotiable for their happiness. Other times, it may simply be learning about their hopes and fears for the relationship. A word from Rewell. Fighting might seem like the very last thing you want to do with person you love. But choosing to iron out disagreements with your partner warmly could be the very thing that strengthens your relationship in the long run. Maintaining an environment that allows for open communication, freedom from abuse, and otherwise healthy discourse can permit fighting without any fears for lasting damage to the relationship. Always remember why you are in a relationship. Those tips can help you on how fighting can improve your relationship. Thank you for watching and listening. God bless you all.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope na mayroon akong naibigay na konting tips sa inyo about sa relationship. Alam ko naman na medyo yung iba is negative ang mga feedback, but of course we need to think it positive dahil sa panahon ngayon, lalo na sa mga long distance relationship, nandoon yung mga misunderstanding, no? But we need to think it first kung bakit tayo pumasok sa isang relationship. So ang pagpasok sa isang relationship ay hindi lang po yan sabihin natin na katuwaan lang, but you need to commit. You need to give your commitment. It's not only a decision, but it's a commitment. So pag pumasok ka sa isang relationship, dapat panindigan po natin yan. So salamat po sa inyong panonood. I hope na may mga nakukuha tayo mga idea o tips on how to handle it. And thank you so much. God bless.